Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Ethereum price has found support in this range of support as expected. And right now, obviously, we are still running into some short-term resistance as the Bitcoin price is also running into major resistance as well. And of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty well correlated. But the fact that Ethereum has seen some major wicks to the downside into this red zone just here is actually a good sign in the short term, showing that there is a lot of buyers in this range just here. So in just a moment, I'll be explaining exactly what that actually means for all of you Ethereum holders out there. I'll also be going over the RSI for Ethereum, the MACD, showing the exact momentum of the Ethereum trend. And I'll quickly be covering Ethereum versus Bitcoin later in this video as well. So make sure you're watching all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this valuable information. And if that sounds good to you, just before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future videos. And also, if you're liking these videos every single day, you might as well share them with some friends as well, because right now we are actually entering into an amazing opportunity in the crypto market. So there's never really been a better time to share these videos around with your friends, because you don't want to get in too late when we're already breaking past all-time highs. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, and yeah, once again, I did actually expect a decent amount of support coming in at around this range right here. And as I mentioned yesterday on the channel in my last Ethereum video, basically, if we do see a little short-term pullback into this range just there, that would be a nice little buying opportunity. And so far, if you did actually take that opportunity, you would have already made some nice little profits here in the immediate short term. In fact, even on the 4-hour time frame, this tiny little pump here, which is actually nothing crazy, that's still a 7% move for Ethereum. So if you're using like 10x leverage, that's a 70% gain. But once again, I never recommend using leverage for the complete beginners out there. Trading should only be left for those that have more experience in these markets. But for those of you that do actually want to give trading a go and start out, I do actually have videos linked in the description down below that show you exactly how I set up my trades, all sorts of trades, short positions, long positions, conditional orders, stop losses, all of that sort of stuff for complete beginners. Once again, you'll find all of that content in the description down below after you finish watching this one, because right now, once again, Ethereum is running into some short-term resistance, as we've previously confirmed this level as resistance, coming in at around 3.2k per Ethereum. And when you're zooming out on the daily time frame just here, that was pretty close to my exact price target out of this W pattern on the daily time frame. Once again, I've been talking about that pattern for over 2 weeks on the channel now. Even when Ethereum was sitting at roughly around 2,000 US dollars, all the way down there, I was letting you guys know that Ethereum was actually forming this huge W pattern. And basically, my exact price target this entire time along the way was around 3.1k for this bullish movement. And so the fact that we are now finding resistance at 3.2k, that is not too bad. And once again, for anyone that was watching the channel during that time period just there, if you actually bought into Ethereum, perhaps when we broke that yellow line of resistance just there, so far that would be roughly around a 45% gain for Ethereum. It's really important that we do hold above this red zone just here, because of course that is huge progress for the Ethereum bulls. If we actually lose that level and start breaking below 2,800 US dollars is the bottom of this range just here. If we break below 2.8k, that means of course we are starting to lose the bullish momentum in the short term, and we are starting to lose the progress that we have made. So really, for as long as Ethereum remains above 2.8k approximately, we are still looking pretty bullish on the daily time frame just here. Once again, of course, we can always see some short-term bearish price action, but that is only in the short term. I would only consider further bearish price action if we start breaking below 2.8k. In that case, the next major level of support for Ethereum is coming in at roughly around 2,500 down to 2.4k. But once again, for as long as we're above this red zone just here, I do actually have some price targets to the upside. One of the first major price targets bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool just here is of course the golden pocket, coming in at roughly around 3.3k up to 3.4k. So from the current price, that's not too far up. That's only around a 7 to 8% move for Ethereum. Anything above that, if we start breaking above 3,500 approximately, then in that case, I would actually be targeting towards the all-time high itself. Of course, we do have the 78.6% Fibonacci level coming in at 3.8k, so there could be a little bit of resistance at around 3.8k as well, but I don't expect any major resistance considering the the fact that we weren't really trading at those levels for very long. So the amount of volume actually traded at these levels is not high at all. And as I've said in a few of my recent Ethereum videos, if we essentially just repeat the same gain that we've seen over the last 2 weeks, if we repeat that same gain again over the next 2 weeks, that will actually place Ethereum into a new all-time high. So seriously, that is how close we are from new all-time highs. But once again, continue to remain a little bit cautious in the short term because the Bitcoin price is still battling its major resistance in the short term as well. So if the Bitcoin price can get a confirmed breakout to the upside, that would really help Ethereum push even more bullish here moving forward over the next few weeks or so. But of course, if Bitcoin sees a major rejection from its current resistance levels, that will actually drag down the Ethereum price as well. But once again, if we do see a scenario like that, I would consider that as a buying opportunity. So for anyone that did actually miss out on my Bitcoin video that I just uploaded before this video, definitely check it out after you finish watching this one. When you're looking at the daily RSI for Ethereum just here, we are still trading within these overbought areas just here. We are still above the neutral areas. But once again, this can actually happen for up to weeks at a time before we eventually enter into neutral areas on the RSI once again. So even though, yes, this is actually a sign that we are due for potentially a bit of a short-term cool-off, once again, it doesn't tell us exactly when, even though it does say that we are due for one. It could be, you know, in a week from now, considering the fact that once again, we can remain in these overbought areas here for up to around 1 to 2 weeks on the daily Ethereum chart just here. Now bringing out the MACD for Ethereum versus the US dollar on the daily time frame. As you can see just here, ever since the exact bottom just here, when the MACD actually gave us a golden cross and the momentum shifted into bullish price action just here, it was at that exact moment that we were actually entering into a nice uptrend on the daily time frame as the MACD suggested. And of course, as you can see, the actual bullish momentum here is not slowing down anytime soon. The momentum is still actually looking extremely strong on the daily MACD for Ethereum. And switching over to the weekly Ethereum chart, this is really looking at the big picture. This is very significant for all Ethereum holders because right now we are potentially days away from actually getting a bullish cross in the weekly MACD. Once again, a golden cross as the momentum is already shifting to the upside and just about to enter into the green zone just here within the next 1 week max. The last time that anything like this actually happened for Ethereum was right back here in around October 2020, when Ethereum did actually have a decent little pullback just here and, you know, quite a long sideways consolidation as well for quite a few months just here. And a lot of people were very bored at Ethereum during that time period just there. And that came just before a huge move to the upside. In fact, measuring from when this momentum flipped green and when we saw a golden cross just here on the weekly time frame, all the way up to the next little pullback just here, that was roughly around a 400% gain for Ethereum over the next 100 days approximately. So the potential golden cross that we are moments away for the Ethereum chart on the weekly time frame, once again, this is very significant if we can actually see this play out over the next week, which at this stage is looking like it's going to be very likely that it will play out over the next week. Once again, the golden cross on the weekly MACD and the bullish momentum shift into the green. Taking a look at the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart just here, as you can see, we are still quite a lot higher on the charts compared to where we actually entered into Ethereum just here. Once again, if you're on the channel just about 1.5 weeks ago approximately, I actually let you guys know on this channel 1 day before I decided to move Bitcoin into Ethereum. I let you guys know that I was about to make that move if the price crosses above this exact yellow line just here. And then as soon as it did the next day, I let you guys know that yes, I did move some of my Bitcoin into Ethereum, not a major amount, just a small part of my short-term Bitcoin strategy. Once again, I moved back into Ethereum and that price level just there. And for those of you that did actually follow, enjoy these profits. And once again, as I've mentioned over the last few days here, in fact, over the last week or so, basically the areas of resistance that I'm paying attention to is essentially just the previous highs just here. And right now we are battling with this first previous high. As you can see, we are finding a significant amount of resistance at around this level just here. And also when you're bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool right here, as you can see, we have actually hit the exact golden pocket, the 61.8% Fibonacci level level, which is actually coming in at around 0.072 Bitcoin per Ethereum on this Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart just here. So once again, that is a bit of short-term resistance. If we can break above that level, the next main point of resistance is this previous high just here coming in at around 0.077 Bitcoin per Ethereum. Our important level of support to pay attention to if we do get more of a rejection from these levels is actually coming in at around 0.064 Bitcoin per Ethereum. Once again, that was the point of the breakout just here. Once again, that was the point where I did actually move some Bitcoin into Ethereum. That is our break-even point on this trade. Generally speaking, Ethereum does actually outperform Bitcoin when the overall market is looking bullish once again. But when the overall market is looking bearish, like what we have actually been in over the past couple months just here, then Ethereum versus Bitcoin does actually head to the downside. Ethereum underperforms against Bitcoin. But now that the markets are looking a little bit more bullish over the last few weeks, once again, that's when we've seen this nice bullish movement for Ethereum versus Bitcoin, as Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin. And by the way, if you want to get extra Ethereum updates and extra Bitcoin updates, basically if you want to stay up to date at all times in these markets, I do actually post these extra updates throughout the day over on my Twitter. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. The link to my Twitter is in the description down below, alongside a lot of those helpful videos for you beginners out there. And also you'll find a link to BlockFi and a link to Bybit down below if you want an extra way to help support the channel. Those are platforms that I actually use myself as a part of my strategy. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future videos. And make sure you're sharing these videos around with your friends, because right now we are actually in an amazing opportunity. I know I say that a lot recently, but I really do mean it. You do not want to be jumping into the markets after we're already breaking into new all-time highs. That's when we simply just want to be holding our positions and thinking about taking profits along the way up. Right now is the time to prepare for Ethereum holders and for Bitcoin holders. And by the way, I've gotten a lot of suggestions recently to make another Chainlink update. And I've also recently gotten a lot of suggestions to bring Matic to the channel. So if you want me to include those altcoins in these videos in the future, or another altcoin of your choice, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. And the most suggested altcoins are going to be the ones that I'll include in these videos. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.